Today is a very auspicious day. Hari-basar Titi means Ekadasi, the day very dear to Krishna. And also today is the starting of Jhulan Yatra Lila of Radha Govinda. And also today is the starting of 1 month long vow of Vrata of Hari-smaran Mahotsav. I will explain. So Pavitraropani Ekadasi, there is some mention of the glories of this Ekadasi in Karma Kanda section to encourage the people to follow Ekadashi. They will get such results, such fruits, all this is there. But for devotees, that is not applicable. Devotees, it is one of the limb of devotion of Supreme Lord, one of the 10 most important, first one. So, Srila Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Srila Sanatana Goswami to write about the observances of different vratas. Among them, Ekadashi is supreme. How to observe all. So Sanatana Goswami wrote in Hari Bhakti Vilas, on Ekadashi day, one has to give up all enjoyments and all sinful activities, and with all good qualities, which means with devotion. In Bhagavatam there is one verse, one who has devotion to Supreme Lord, in him all good qualities are there. But if someone does not have devotion to Supreme Lord, but he has some worldly good qualities, they are like ornaments on a dead body. They have no value. Like a child is giving happiness to all, and they're giving some ornaments and like this, and he's more beautiful, and they are all getting happiness. But if suddenly this child dies, Atma goes out, then those ornaments will have no value. Like that, Jiva in her natural function is serving Krishna. Everything else is actually impure. So with all good qualities means with devotion, we have to do upavas. Upavas has two meanings. General meaning upavas, everyone understands, is fasting. So we have to fast from grains, beans, all these things. And actually Ekadashi should be followed, that is for Satya Yuga and other yugas. One day before, on Dashami, one can take only one time meal per day, that is noon time. On Ekadashi day, no eating, no sleeping, no drinking, no sleeping also. And on next day, Dvadashi, only one time eating, that is noon time. In the morning, one will do breakfast, that paran, but not eating that time, noon time. Like this, Ambarish Maharaj was following, and the devotees in Satya Yuga, because at that time, they had such body and mind, they could do much tapasya, and also life was in the marrow of the bone. That is why when Hiranyakashipu did so much tapasya, his whole body was eaten by ants and everything. Only skeleton was there and marrow inside the bone. In that they could keep their life. So then Brahma gave him that body, you know. But in Treta Yuga, that is when Satya Yuga, they could do tapasya and also meditation, because they had control over senses and also control over mind. So for that era, that was prescribed. But because 4 qualities were there, tapa, shaucha, doya, satya. Tapa means capable of doing austerity. Shaucha, purity. And doya, mercy. And truthfulness. In Satya Yuga, no one was lying. That is why Hiranyakashipu believed Sanda and Tamarka. They said, we did not teach him. Immediately he believed, because no one was lying in Satyuga. But now in Kali Yuga, it is difficult to find someone who is speaking truth. All lying, cheating for the sake of some material benefits. So in Treta Yuga, one piety was less. This tapa, they could not do austerities. So it was prescribed you should do yagya, because purity was there, of Brahmins, of articles and everything. So they will do yagya, offer all the articles of this world to Supreme Lord, that they will get concentration on him. And life could be retained in the bones. In Dwapar Yuga, one quality was less. There was no purity anymore. So articles, ghee, these things you could not get pure. So it was prescribed you do deity worship. You engage all your senses in the service of deity, then you will get concentration of God. And life was in the flesh of body. But in Kali Yuga, three qualities are less. There is no daya also, no mercy. No mercy, only truthfulness, and that is only Harinam. Harinam is truth. So only this is there. In Kali Yuga, one has to chant Harinam. That is truthfulness. And life in Kali Yuga is in the food. That is why one, for Kali Yuga, there is no fasting prescribed for more than 1 day. It is not prescribed, you will not find. It is prohibited, because we are such like now. And in Shastra it is given that there are some items by which one will not break the fasting. That is fruits, roots, milk products, sugar, water, medicine, if life-threatening situation. And order of pure Brahmin or bona fide Guru. If Guru will say you eat rice, you can eat rice. Sometimes it happens when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he sent our Parangurudev on Janmashtami day to some place, far place for some purpose, for some preaching. He told him, you can eat rice, you will need strength. So in that case, that will not break fasting. But those items, so in Kali Yuga, it is advised like this. If someone is unable to remain without water, he can take water. If that is also difficult, he can take milk. If that is difficult, he can take fruits also, milk and fruits. If that is difficult, at least you should not, you can take roots and nuts also. Nuts are allowed, and all these things, but should not take grains and beans and these things on that day. And this is one meaning of upavas. So this we have to follow, fasting. According to capacity, generally devotees, they will take prasad, that which is allowed, and do service. Another meaning of upavas means, upa means near, vas means to reside near. We have to remain near Krishna. How this is possible? Krishna is transcendental, we are in this material world. If master is in the 10th house, in the 10th story, and I'm in ground floor, how I can serve him? It is impossible. I have to go up to that floor and that flat and that bed, then I can serve. So how we will remain near Krishna? There is one procedure by the process of that mantra diksha. One will surrender to Krishna, and Krishna will make his body transcendental, but that means full surrender. So it is not so easy, that process. But there is one easy process in Kali Yuga. Krishna descended in this world as his name. Name and Krishna, they are not different. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is most merciful. form of God. He showed by his own example, together with his devotees, from early morning, from dawn, they started doing Nama Kirtan, where in the house of Srivas, Shri Hari Basare Hari Kirtana Vidhan, Nritya Arambilo Prabhu Jagatero Pran, Punyavanta Shrivasangana Shuvaramba, Utilo Kirtana Dwani, Gopala Govinda, Hari O Ram Ram, Hari O Ram Ram, they were doing. In that auspicious courtyard of Srivas Thakur, because he is a pure devotee, Mahaprabhu started that Kirtan, Gopal Govinda, and all devotees, early morning and whole day doing, whole night doing, no eating, no sleeping, nothing, because they have transcendental body. We cannot imitate, but we have to do as much as possible for us, Nama Sankirtan. So devotees, they will follow Ekadasi like this, to satisfy Krishna. And Ambarish Maharaj also is example in Shastra. He was doing for the satisfaction of Krishna. So in this way, devotees, they are following to increase their devotion to Krishna, to satisfy him. They are doing. So Ekadashi, it is the most important brata. Then another brata starts today. That is Hari-smaran Mahotsav. It was started by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. First, it was only 3 weeks long, but later he put 1 month. And our Parangurudev, when he established Chaitanya Gauriya Math, he also introduced this Hari-smaran Mahotsav. From today, there will be many important festivals, like tomorrow Rupa Goswami disappearance, Gauridas Pandit, then Balaram Purnim, then Janmashtami, then Sita Thakurani appearance, Lalita appearance, Radhashtami, then Bhaktivinoda Thakur appearance, Haridas Thakur disappearance, Vishwarup taking sannyas. All these important festivals are there. So Hari-smaran means to remember Hari. Mahotsav. Mahotsav means festival. Our Gurudev explained, generally we understand festival means we will go to the mat and we will get good prasad. That is festival for us. But this is festival of remembering Krishna. If one will remember Krishna, who is all knowledge, all existence, all bliss, Satchidananda Vigraha, he can get real happiness. That will be festival. We are trying to get enjoyment, and by that we are happy. But actual happiness is in the service of Krishna. So this Hari-smaran Mahotsav is like one kind of vow, vrata, like Kartik Brata. We are doing every year Kartik Brata. There are some rules and regulations to observe that. Sing Damodar Ashtaka, offer lamb, remember Ashtaka Lila, all different there. Like that for Hari-smaran Mahotsav, there is one rule. You have to always remember Krishna. Never forget him. That is the vow. This 1 month, you have to vow, I will always remember Krishna. How this is possible? One time also, Gurudev was asking me about, because he was encouraging you have these programs, first once in a week, then twice in a week, then daily. Then one time, Gurudev was asking me in India, how is the program? Because before also he was asking, then I told him now we are having 2 times in a day, morning and evening, Harikatha. So Gurudev says, yes, that is very good. You can have function means program, but you should always remember Krishna. You should think, I am of Krishna, I belong to Krishna. Krishna is eternal, I am eternal, devotion is eternal. So you have to remember Krishna. Forgetting Krishna is a mistake. We will lose that is harmful to us. So that time Gurudev encouraged, always you have not only program or Sunday feast like, no, always. Real devotees, they're constantly remembering Krishna, constantly conscious of Krishna, 24 hours there. So this we have to try to achieve, but it is very difficult for conditioned souls to serve Krishna all the time and remember him. Why? There are obstacles. What are these obstacles? There are 3 obstacles main, which are making our mind diverted. That is Kanaka Kamini Pratishta. Our Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur also wrote one song that Kanaka Kamini Pratishta Bhagini Chari Acha Jare Se To Vaishnav Se Anasakta Se Shuddha Bhakta Sangsar Tathai Pai Parabhav. One who can give up this tigress of 3 tigresses of Kanaka, Kamini and Pratishta, that is desire for wealth, desire for sexual enjoyment, and desire for name and fame. These things are diverting our mind. They make us forget. We are attracted there. Parangurudev also taught in his last message, it is very difficult for conditioned souls to give up this. They are attracted, but they are obstacles. So we need pure devotees association so that they will always try to bring our attention to Krishna, not to those things. So Gurudev told for this Hari-smaran Mahotsav, we have to give up these other desires and always think of Krishna. And another one important point is, will divert our mind, is if we see the bad qualities in others and good qualities in me, and I am proud, instead of seeing good qualities in others and seeing defects in me, then I can rectify. This is big obstacle. We are blaming others for our own sufferings. So Gurudev was saying, this is corrupt, everything corrupt outside, but it is, I am corrupt, I am bad. Gurudev told, all are good, I am bad. No one is to be blamed for my suffering. I did some wrong activities before. Now I'm getting that result through some instrument, and I'm thinking he's bad. He's not bad. I am bad. I did that bad activity before. Now only that instrumental is there. So real devotee does not see the fault for my suffering in others. So he will not have any issue with anyone, and his mind will not be diverted. Gurudev told, when Dhruva gave up all hostile mentality to anyone on the advice of Mother Suniti, then he was free. He could concentrate on Krishna. Otherwise it is impossible. We always think that person is very bad. He did this to me, and in past we will remember all these things. So this is also diverting our mind. So we have to see Tattenu kampam susamikshamanam bunjanevatma kritam vipakam. We have to see the grace of Supreme Lord in all circumstances. Whatever is happening, it is happening by Krishna's will. Nothing can happen without his will. He is giving the fruit. I am reaping the fruits of my own action. Only when one can accept this and remember Krishna, this is also one point, how we can always remember Krishna, by seeing everything is happening by his will. And he's all good. Mangalam Vishnu, Mangalam Madhusudanam. It is for my good and for the good. No. Once Bharati Maharaj asked me, I said, it is for the good. He said, no, not for the good. It is for the best of all. It is for the best. What is happening, it is for the best of all, because Krishna is behind. But we are not able to see because of our ulterior desires, other desires. We are unable to see like that. So we are unable to feel the mercy of Krishna and we are being disturbed. But if one can at least think of this, it is by Krishna's grace, it is happening. So he can always remember Krishna. So when Dhruva gave up all hostile mentality, he was free. Gurudev told, he was free. Then he could concentrate. Otherwise, he will have issue. So one who can accept this, he can engage his body, mind, and speech and everything for the service of Krishna, and he will get Krishna. Absolute bliss, no suffering, all bliss only. This we have to. So Gurudev said these are all obstacles preventing us to remember Krishna always. So when there is some obstacle, Srivas Thakur, he showed by his own example that he was worshipping Nrishingadev, praying for his grace, when they threatened that Kazi will, means he already came and he beat some devotees and broke Mridanga and like this, and he threatened, if you will continue this kirtan, then I will arrest you, I will this beat and even maybe kill or like this. So Srivas Thakur was disturbed. He started to worship Nrishingadev because Nrishingadev is the removal of all obstacles. Sarva Bigna Vinashanakari or Bhakti Bigna Vinashanakari. He is removing all obstacles. So immediately when Srivas Thakur was praying, that time Mahaprabhu came and he kicked inside the door of Srivas and he said, whom you are worshipping? I am that Nrishinga, I am. I will kill all the atheists. I will protect the sadhus. I will establish dharma. You don't fear anything. Don't fear. You see my form. And he showed his divine form. And Srivas Thakur was praying. So like that, we have to worship Nrishingadev, pray for his grace. He will remove obstacles. Gurudev said there are some obstacles, enemies outside. But there are also enemies inside us. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarja. Lust, anger, greed, attachment, bewilderment, that moha, and this mada, intoxication or pride, and matsarja, harmfulness. We want to harm others for our own interest, or envy them, being jealous. So there are outside demons, but there are inside demons. Gurudev said that Hiranyakashipu is outside, we are seeing demon, but that Hiranyakashipu is in us also. What is the meaning of Hiranyakashipu? Hiranya means gold, Kashipu means bad, means desire for money, desire for sex enjoyment, and also name and fame goes along with that. He was very proud. Hiranyakashipu, I conquered all worlds, I am supreme. So this demon, that is Kanaka Kamini Pratishta. So that we need the grace of Nrishingadev. He will kill that demon and he will protect Prahlad, that is devotion. So we have to pray for this Hari-smaran Mahotsav so that we can continuously remember Krishna. Not only on those functions, we have to observe all those important functions, but also always remember Krishna. Never to forget him. Forgetting Krishna is a mistake for Jiva. So today it starts and it will last up to Vishwarup Mahotsav, when Vishwarup took sannyas, elder brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is like one kind of vow, like Kartik Brata. We have to observe very carefully. Then we will be benefited. Param Gurudev used to do this in our Calcutta mat. with all devotees. Gurudev said we were there, all following. But later when we got our Vrindavan mat, then this Jhulan Yatra festival started there, that function. And they went there and they came back for Janmashtami. So this Jhulan Yatra also starts today. That is pastime of Radha Krishna of swinging, on swing. And there are two levels of observing this. One is in Vidhi mark, one is in Raga mark. Gurudev told in Bhakti-Ratnakar it is written, there was one Brahmin in South India, devotee, but he could not remain in South India. He came to Vrindavan and was doing bhajan in Govardhan. His name was Raghav Goswami, not Raghav Pandit. Raghav Pandit is another one who cooked for Mahaprabhu. This is another one. He's from South India. That one is from Panihati. Raghav Goswami. In Krishna Lila, he is Champakalata Sakhi. Radharani expanded into 8 Sakhis. First, Lalita Vishaka Champakalata, Tunga Vidya, Aranga Devi, Sudevi, Indulekha, and Chitra. 8. So Champakalata is this. So he could not remain in South India. He came to Vrindavan, Govardhan, and he was all the time doing parikrama of all the holy places in Vrindavan, in whole Brajamandal. Every place he knew. Every secret place, totally everything, and he was continuously doing. We are going 1 month, and then we are, and even that time we don't want to do parikrama, but he was constantly doing. Throughout the year, all the time he was visiting the places. Gurudev said because by seeing that place where Krishna performed pastimes, then they get ecstatical symptoms. And walking, not bus and rickshaw, car, is walking. So when Srinivasacharya and Narottam Thakur came to Vrindavan, they were studying under Jiva Goswami. That time they wanted to do parikrama. And they came to know this Raghav Goswami knows every place. So they approached him and requested him, we want to see the pastime places of Krishna. And Raghav Goswami was very into, yes, I will take you on parikrama, because all the time he's doing. So they went, 3 persons. Guru said they did not require many persons. 3 persons, but all are pure devotees. So they were doing very in bliss, they were doing, and getting that remembrance of Krishna.